Give you a sample timed essay and go over each piece so you can kind of see what this should look like. So let's take a quick look at this. So first thing in your introduction is that you want to state the main point of the article and include the article title and also the author if you can. So here is an example. The article, The Debt Debate, discusses our nation's problems with credit card debt and clearly points out that people are significantly more in debt to credit card companies today than they have ever been. So that's the main point. So we get the article title in there. I would also include the author, and then this is the main point. So just one sentence there, kind of summing it all up. Then you want to summarize the two sides. So it says here, several possible reasons for this debt are explored. Warren believes that increasing costs without an increase in wage is the culprit, while Manning blames people who currently think of credit cards as an entitlement. So we get the two sides here. Then choose a side. So I personally have to agree with the article's notion that credit card debt is a serious problem in America because, unfortunately, I can relate to this issue. Currently, I have 5 credit cards adding up to over $3,000 of debt. This may not be a huge amount, but it does create a burden for me. So here, just make sure to agree or disagree. Either one is totally fine, but don't, even if you're on the fence, you need to pick a side. In this particular one, I only want you arguing one side, no counter arguments, no mention of the other side. I just want you arguing one side as a practice to do that. And then state your reasons. So this particular person had 3 reasons. You can have 2 reasons, 3 reasons, 4 reasons, however many you can get to. But it says here, I put a significant amount of blame for this debt on the ridiculous number of credit card offers flooding everyone's mailboxes, the high interest rates and fees some credit card companies charge, and America's obsession with having a good credit score. So essentially your intro would look something like this. So at the beginning, you want to get the article title in there and the author, the main point, the 2 sides of the debate. Then you want to get your agree or disagree in there, and then you want to get your reasons. So those are the main things to think about in your introduction. As a sample body paragraph, if this was our reasons that we had in our introduction, then your topic sentence for the first paragraph should match what your first reason was in your thesis or in your introduction. So here it says ridiculous number of credit card offers. So then the topic sentence of the first body paragraph should mention that. My favorite place to put the blame for Americans' problems with credit card debt is on the excessive number of credit card offers. So referring back here, not exactly the same wording, but the same idea. Then here you're going to see that this is all a personal example. It's not from the actual reading. You don't want to refer to the reading once you get past the introduction. Now you're just going to take the topic of the reading and make it your own. So this is this person's personal example. So they say, no matter where you go, you'll probably be invited to apply for a credit card. Many stores at the mall have their own credit card with great promotions to reel you in. It is hard not to apply when you're being promised up to 30% off your first purchase. I'm ashamed to say that I was a sucker for this ploy. I went to Macy's to buy my fiance a couple of purses and was told I would save over $50 if I signed up for a Macy's card. I didn't think then about how I might have to pay back that amount in finance charges and fees. I just signed on the dotted line. There's no safe haven from other offers either. Every week, I probably get 4 or more offers mailed to my house. So you can see in here very, very specific personal example that has lots of good details like 30% off, $50, and it also goes along with their topic. And then they wrap it up in the sentence. It says, the internet is also flooded with banners, pop-ups, and ads raving about great credit card offers. Sadly, for most of us, something is going to catch our eye. So you can see that the beginning and the end should mention the topic, credit card offers. And then in here, we've got our personal example. So that's what you're looking for each body paragraph. If we look at the second body paragraph, then it should relate to high interest rates and fees because that was our second reason from the intro. And then here it says, once you've signed up for a credit card, it's time to start blaming the high interest rates and fees for our nation's credit card problem. So again, getting to the second problem here. And then again, referring back to the personal example, you could have a different one here or the same one. This person chose the same one. It says, for example, the Macy's card I discussed earlier charges a 19.95% interest rate. With an interest rate like that, I'll definitely pay back not only the $50 I saved on my first purchase, but I might even end up paying more. Some cards even charge an annual fee that can range from $25 to over $100. Then, if you're ever late on a payment, the credit card company will charge an outrageous late fee and bump you up to the highest interest rate possible, which can be around the 30% mark. So again, lots of good specifics in here and getting to this idea of the high interest rates. They say what the interest rate was. And again, this is not coming from the reading. This is their own personal example. And then wrapping up with the same, kind of closing out this same idea, when you add it all up, you'll find many people paying mainly for those charges and fees, which keep them in debt for much longer than they would have anticipated. All right, paragraph 3. Now we've got our third, America's obsession with having a good credit score. And then the topic sentence for paragraph 3 would be, unfortunately, in America, you need credit cards to build up your vital credit score. And here is their paragraph. America is obsessed with credit scores, which determine whether you can buy a car or a house, rent an apartment, or even get hired for a job. In order to build up your credit score, there are some guidelines that must be followed. These guidelines include such debt promoting rules like having several credit cards, using those credit cards regularly, having a balance on those credit cards, and not canceling credit cards. So all of these things refer to how to get the reasons why we need that vital credit score. And then again, wrapping it up with rules like these, you have to be in debt in order to get a good credit score so that you can be approved to become more in debt. So they're talking about this main problem here. And then finally, in the conclusion, this was their thesis originally from the intro. So you want to kind of refer to this idea without repeating it. So here it is. I want to cancel my Macy's card as soon as I pay off my balance, but I've been told that doing so is bad for my credit score. To improve my score, I actually need to make purchases occasionally. That seems absurd to me because that will only increase my already high credit card debt. This vicious cycle of credit card debt is nearly impossible to break out of given today's cultural pressures and marketing schemes. So again, getting back to this idea of that credit card debt is a serious problem in America, and then here are the reasons why. So that essentially is just an example of a response to a timed essay. That's the kind of thing that you're looking for when you get ready to do yours.